This video is brought to you by DICE, the global entertainment content marketplace. In today's video, we will discuss the most anticipated film releases coming in 2022. This video will be broken down into different genres of releases: drama, horror, action, kids, and superheroes. Disclaimer, we claim no association, either direct or indirect, with any of the films. None of the selected titles are available or distributed via DICE. However, DICE does offer a similar genre of titles that will be showcased throughout the video. If you're a buyer looking to acquire content or a seller looking to get your content out to a global audience, please get in touch with us via our website, connect.digital, or email us at dicesales@connectdigital.com. Without further ado, let's check out the selections. There are many exciting action films releasing this year, with notable releases including Creed 3, starring Michael Jordan, Mission Impossible 7 and the new Top Gun reboot, both starring Tom Cruise, and the much anticipated video game based Uncharted film, starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. John Wick 4 also looks to be an interesting new installment in the franchise, especially after Derek Kolstad's success last year with the critically acclaimed Nobody. Undoubtedly, however, the most interesting release coming this year is the long-anticipated release of Avatar 2. Originally planned to be released in 2014, Avatar 2's release date was pushed further and further back to 2020 and then was further delayed until December of 2022 because of the pandemic. The film has been in development since 2010 and sees legendary director James Cameron revisit the world of Pandora. While the plot for the film has been kept closely under wraps, we do know that it is highly likely the film won't release under the name Avatar 2, with rumours floating around of it being called Avatar: The Way of Water. Will it be worth the near decade wait? Fans would just have to wait, as its current scheduled release in December 22 is still not certain. This year promises to be a big year for superhero films. Marvel are set to release plenty of action-packed films and series starring all your favourite heroes. Captain Marvel 2, Black Panther 2 and Thor: Love and Thunder are all due to release this year, but perhaps their most interesting release is looking like Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. While we really don't know anything about this film yet, we do know it was originally planned to be a horror film, but changes in production make this seem unlikely. Nevertheless, the film promises potential multiverse meetups from all sorts of characters throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe that fans are dying to see. This year is also set to be a big year for DC, with the new Aquaman film releasing this year, as well as Black Adam, starring Dwayne Johnson's first appearance in the superhero genre, and The Flash. However, perhaps the biggest film set to release this year for DC is the new Batman. Starring Robert Pattinson as the Caped Crusader and directed by Matt Reeves, this film shows Batman facing off against the Riddler and Penguin, played by Paul Dano and Colin Farrell, with Catwoman running around as well, played by Zoe Kravitz. Hints have also come that an appearance of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker may be possible, which fans of the successful 29 film will be very pleased to hear. Turning Red, DC League of Super Pets, Hotel Transylvania, and The Bad Guys are just some of the epic kids films releasing this year. Jim Carrey and Idris Elba star in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, as it is set to release in September, giving audiences more of an insight into the Sonic universe, with characters like Knuckles and Tails being featured in the trailer. The internet has also ridiculed the announcement of the Mario movie, starring Chris Pratt as Mario, yet this upcoming computer animated film produced by Illumination in association with Nintendo boasted an impressive writing and directing lineup, with makers from the Lego Movie and Minions coming on board with the project. It also boasts a stellar cast, with Anya Taylor-Joy playing Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and even Jack Black as Bowser, showing maybe the internet might not have the last laugh with this title. Lastly, perhaps the most anticipated release this year for kids films has to be Lightyear. While we know very little about this film so far, with only a short teaser trailer being released, we do know it stars Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear on his adventures into infinity and beyond. While many horror fans express dissatisfaction with 2021's horror releases, there is plenty to be excited about for 2022. The fifth installment in the beloved slasher franchise Scream, arrives in cinemas on January the 14th. This will be the first of the series not to be directed by Wes Craven, who sadly died in 2015. As this time horror veteran directors Matt Bettinelli and Tyler Gillett take over. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also getting a new film, this time taking place directly after the first one, ignoring all the sequels and spin-offs. The Black Phone, releasing in June, starring Ethan Hawke, has also had horror fans intrigued, as it is produced by Jason Blum, who created the horror classics like Insidious and The Purge. Marvel are also venturing into one of their first horror releases this year with Morbius, a character that first appeared in the Spider-Man comics. Jared Leto plays the titular character, a talented scientist infected with a mysterious illness, attempting to cure himself when he becomes a vampire. Led by Swedish director Daniel Espinosa, the creator of Life and Safe House. The film also stars Matt Smith and Adria Arjona, and is the next iteration in Sony's plan to develop a new shared universe of films inspired by the Spider-Man franchise, beginning with 2018's Venom. The most hyped horror release for 2022, however, has to be Jordan Peele's, director of the critically acclaimed Get Out and Us, new film Nope. Hordes of fans on social media have been talking about this film, featuring Steven Yeun and Daniel Kaluuya, as he rejoins Peele once again for this project. Little is known about this film. All we know is from this unusual poster featuring an ominous cloud hovering over a small village. This has not stopped social media going crazy though, theorising about what is in store for them. 2022 holds some very intriguing dramas in store for viewers. The Tragedy of Macbeth, an adaptation of the Shakespearean classic tragedy directed by Joel Cohen, starring Denzel Washington. The Fallout, a drama following a school shooting starring Jenna Ortega, and Adam Sandler's new film, Hustle, are just a few of the films releasing next year that have audiences buzzing. Knives Out 2 is also set to release in 2022, starring Daniel Craig, Dave Bautista, Edward Norton, and many other famous cast members. After the success of Rian Johnson's first film in the franchise in 2019, the expectations for the sequel are set sky high. While little is known about this film, we know that Daniel Craig will return as Detective Beyond Blanc, with a new mystery to solve. Another detective drama worth keeping your eye on is Death on the Nile, starring Gal Gadot and Kenneth Branagh, about an Egyptian vacation on a steamer that turns into a terrifying search for a murderer. Robert De Niro's 2022 film, titled Washed Away in the River, has also caught audiences' attention. Starring John Malkovich and Willa Fitzgerald, following a recovering opioid addict seeking revenge on the dealers responsible for selling the drugs that resulted in his fiance's death. This film promises to be a gritty and relevant depiction of America's opioid crisis. Lastly, this list would not be complete without the mentioning of Robert Eggers' historical drama, The Northman. Said to be a grounded story set in Iceland following a Nordic prince seeking revenge for the death of his father. With an incredible cast of Alexander Skarsgård, Anya Taylor-Joy, Bjork, William Dafoe and Nicole Kidman, this is looking like a must-see film for this year. What do you think of these future film releases? Let us know in the comments below. If you saw any content on DICE that interests you or want to sell your content to a global audience, then let us know by getting in contact with us via our website connect.digital or our email address dicesales@connectdigital.com. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. Have a great day.